Don't worry, this dangerous winter will eventually pass, but it's shaping up to be one of the most perilous in recent memory. Across the nation, we're experiencing a relentless series of extreme weather events that remind us of nature's raw power. From raging wildfires to devastating storms and other natural disasters, this winter has tested our resilience like never before. Fires spark unseasonal chaos. Unpredictable winds and dry conditions have fueled wildfires in regions unaccustomed to such threats at this time of year. Communities have been forced to act swiftly, facing challenges that demand vigilance and swift action. Storms rage on. Blizzards and fierce storms have made travel hazardous, disrupted power supplies, and pushed emergency services to their limits. High winds and icy conditions continue to pose significant dangers, so now is the time to double-check your storm kits and stay tuned to local advisories. Natural disasters on the rise, flood warnings, freezing rain, and record-breaking snowfall have left their mark on countless cities and towns. These conditions are not only inconvenient, but life-threatening, underscoring the importance of staying informed and prepared. The first system is skimming the Gulf of Mexico and moving toward the Atlantic region of Canada. This system is setting the stage for cold air. As moisture from the Pacific and Gulf of Mexico lifts to the north, snow will fall across parts of the southern United States, including areas near the Gulf of Mexico, an unusual occurrence. Let's take a closer look. One system is moving through, bringing with it a tornado potential. Cold air will settle in place, followed by a second system that will collide with that cold air. I will get you all my updates very quickly. Please like my video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell, and let's move on to our topic. Currently, the first system is setting the stage for the second snowmaker. These systems are diving down closer to the Caribbean. You can see the first cold front moving in, bringing an Arctic plunge. There's also a severe weather threat as this front moves through. Looking north, you'll notice signs of atmospheric changes. For example, parts of Kentucky and West Virginia are already experiencing some snow. This shows two things. There's snow falling and cold air is plunging in behind the front. The northern side of this system is visible in parts of New England and the Atlantic region of Canada, which I'll highlight shortly. A fast-moving system is also affecting the mid-Atlantic, though it hasn't made major headlines. This morning, we've seen showers rolling through parts of the Caribbean. However, all eyes are on the northern front and the moisture trailing behind it. Let's start with the bigger picture before diving into the snow depth and rough seas. Here's the first front. Ahead of it, spotty showers are popping up. For example, Dominica experienced some yesterday. As the front moves through, cold weather will follow. There's also a sneaky component bringing snow to parts of the mid-Atlantic. As this system moves out, the moisture feed and cold air will remain in place. The cold air is substantial and will linger. By tomorrow afternoon, rain will start developing near the Bay of Campeche and lift toward Texas. This marks the second part of the pattern. The first is the cold air, and the second is the incoming moisture. By tomorrow night into Tuesday morning, this moisture will collide with the cold air. Snow could fall in parts of Louisiana and Texas, possibly accumulating a few inches. This is particularly unusual for areas like Louisiana. By Wednesday morning, snow may extend to parts of the Carolinas. The forecast for Georgia and the panhandle of Florida is more uncertain, but there's a chance of snow mixing in. The front will also clip parts of Mexico, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, and Cuba later in the week. Looking further ahead, by next weekend, the front will stretch as far south as Haiti and the Dominican Republic, leading to cooler nights in the northern Caribbean. A week from now, another system will emerge, keeping the weather active through the end of this month and into next month. This winter has seen more intense moisture feeds from the Pacific and Gulf of Mexico, contributing to an increase in southern systems. Here's a closer look at the first front, which brings a severe weather risk, including a tornado threat. Although snow isn't expected in the Bahamas, there was a rare instance of snow there in the late 1970s. Now onto the second system. By Monday afternoon, moisture will begin building. By Monday night, this moisture will collide with the cold air, creating snow near Houston. It's a close call regarding accumulation, as the timing of these elements needs to align. By Tuesday morning, significant snowfall is expected, particularly near Baton Rouge and to the east, where a few inches may accumulate. Snowfall in this region is typically brief, but this time it could linger longer than usual. By Tuesday afternoon, snow will spread into southern Mississippi and Alabama, skimming the Florida panhandle. While Florida isn't expected to see much snow, some areas like Gainesville could experience a brief mix of wet snowflakes. By Tuesday evening, snow will creep into parts of Georgia, while heavier rain builds elsewhere. Rain is expected in parts of the Gulf of Mexico, and just behind it, there's some uncertainty about how much moisture will remain in the Carolinas. It's unclear how much snow will fall in eastern North Carolina and South Carolina, but there could be some light snow on the backside of the system. By Tuesday night, as we move into Wednesday morning, there's a chance of leftover snow. For areas near Jacksonville, we could see a transition from rain to snow or even sleet, which are those ice pellets. By Wednesday afternoon, this system will begin moving out. Rain may develop near Freeport and New Providence, accompanied by cooler nights as the front moves in. This map, which is high resolution, shows the snow potential. The white areas on the map are simply artifacts from the mapping process. In Louisiana, you can see green areas just inland from the coast near New Iberia. North of New Iberia, there's a possibility of 2 to 4 inches of snow. Keep an eye on the Houston area, as well as snow totals across parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, with light accumulation scraping by the Carolinas. The panhandle of Florida could also see some snow, which will be interesting to track. This weather event is made possible by the Arctic air and today's cold front, which sets the stage. The Arctic air begins plunging south today, moving into the Gulf of Mexico and even reaching areas in Mexico and Guatemala. In higher elevations, such as Costa Rica, nights have already been slightly chillier. By Monday afternoon, the Arctic air will settle in place. Fast forwarding to Tuesday morning, all of this cold air will still be present. Combined with the incoming moisture, we'll see snow in some unusual places with decent accumulation totals. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support makes me happy. South of the front, there's spotty shower activity. Barbados and St. Lucia may get clipped by a few showers, and Trinidad and Tobago have already seen some rain. Dominica has also experienced a few showers. As the first front moves through today and into tomorrow, a moisture feed will build behind it. While much of Central America remains dry, moisture from the Pacific and Bay of Campeche will lift northward, colliding with the colder air to the north. By Tuesday afternoon, the moisture will move northward, but some spotty showers may still occur in Antigua, Barbuda, Anguilla, St. Kitts, Nevis, and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. Meanwhile, the severe weather threat will persist today, along with the potential for snow. Up north, Newfoundland will see rain, with New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island experiencing some snow. As this system moves out, another piece of energy will bring snow to New England, including Cape Cod by Monday morning. Rain on the Avalon Peninsula in Newfoundland could change to snow by Monday afternoon. Cold weather advisories and warnings have been issued across parts of Canada and the United States for this Arctic cold plunge. By Tuesday, snow showers will combine with the cold weather, and wintry conditions will even reach near the Gulf of Mexico. Corresponding with these systems, seas will become choppier over the next few days. Today's front will bring rough waters, with seas building as the next system develops. By Tuesday and Wednesday, conditions in the Gulf of Mexico will be particularly rough, extending to the northern Bahamas and parts of the Caribbean. For the week ahead, marine conditions in the Atlantic will be less favorable, especially near Barbados, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Dominica, and Trinidad and Tobago. The Atlantic facing passageways will remain choppy as the week progresses. Higher seas are expected as we move through the week ahead. In terms of rain, I mentioned the northern Bahamas may see a little precipitation, but most of the blue areas showing up indicate 25 millimeters or less of rainfall, if we get any at all. Western Cuba, with fronts moving in, has a chance for a few showers. Looking at the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, and back through the Dominican Republic and Haiti, rain chances aren't very high, so significant totals are not expected. As I mentioned earlier, there's a possibility of a couple of showers over the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, with some spots potentially receiving about 25 millimeters of rain. Moving southward to Dominica, we could see 2 or 3 day totals of around 50 millimeters or 2 inches of rain in a few locations. The ABC Islands might also get a couple of passing showers. Northern Guyana and northeastern Venezuela will likely see a few scattered showers, though totals aren't expected to be high. Across Central America and Mexico, conditions are generally dry from Mexico City northward. Most of the activity is eastward, where moisture will lift toward the north. In Jamaica, the rain chance over the next couple of days is around 20%, increasing to 20 to 30% tomorrow. The Cayman Islands have a 30% rain chance, while Trinidad and Tobago are at 30% for the next couple of days, rising to 40% by Tuesday. In Barbados, the rain chance is 50% today and 40% tomorrow. A few spotty showers could roll in from the east across St. Lucia with a 40% chance over the next couple of days. Grenada has a 30 to 40% chance of rain for the next 3 days, while St. Vincent and the Grenadines hold steady at 40%. Martinique and Dominica also maintain a 40% chance of showers over the next 2 days, with Guadeloupe at 20 to 30%. Antigua and Barbuda have a chance of showers, but rain chances remain low at 20 to 30%. St. Kitts and Nevis, along with Montserrat, are at 20%, while Anguilla and St. Martin are at 0%. Barts have a slight chance of isolated showers. Similarly, St. Martin, Saba, and St. Eustatius have a low rain chance on Monday and Tuesday. In Puerto Rico, expect a 30% chance of showers, with a few passing showers also possible in the British and U.S. Virgin Islands. For the northern Bahamas, rain chances increase, especially later today as a front moves through. Turks and Caicos will remain mainly dry. The Dominican Republic might see a few showers on the northern and eastern sides, but Haiti is expected to stay dry heading into the week. There may be a few scattered showers with the tail end of these fronts tomorrow and Tuesday. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire might also see isolated showers with a rain chance of 20 to 30%. In Guyana, the chance of rain increases to 30% by Tuesday, with similar percentages in Suriname. Western Cuba has a better chance of rain, while central and eastern zones will remain mostly dry. For Costa Rica and Panama, rain chances are at 30 to 40% for the next couple of days. Nicaragua has a higher rain chance of around 50% for Monday and Tuesday, while Honduras remains on the lower side. Guatemala and El Salvador will experience cooler nights, and Mexico City will also have cooler evenings, with passing showers bringing a 20 to 30% rain chance. The Yucatan Peninsula, including Merida, and areas like Cancun and Cozumel may also see some passing showers. Northern Colombia will stay mostly dry, with rain chances around 20 to 30% in northern Venezuela. As we look toward Bermuda, fronts arriving tomorrow bring a rain chance of around 60%. This active weather pattern continues as cold air from the first system plunges southward, meeting rain building in the Gulf of Mexico. This could result in rain and even rare snow for parts of the Gulf Coast. This active pattern is expected to continue into next month. Ohio and western Pennsylvania are facing chances of wind chills dropping 20 to 25 degrees below zero. Meanwhile, in the south, single-digit wind chills are possible. In areas like Louisiana, eastern Texas, and southern Mississippi, a winter storm watch is already in effect. These areas may experience wind chills ranging from 15 to 25 degrees, which is unusual and impactful for the south. If you have pets, make sure they stay indoors as much as possible. Provide outdoor animals with warm, dry shelter, food, and access to unfrozen water. Also, check on family, friends, and neighbors during this time. Mixed precipitation is expected, with total snow accumulations ranging from 5 to 7 inches north of Interstate 10 and 3 to 5 inches from Interstate 10 to the coast. Ice accumulations are also possible. As the system progresses, this winter storm may extend further across the southeast and bring heavier precipitation. In the northeast, a winter weather advisory is in effect for eastern Kentucky, while West Virginia has a winter storm warning. The winter storm watch for the region is more inland rather than directly along the coast. These areas are expected to see significant snowfall. Now, turning to the severe weather threat, tomorrow there is a risk of tornadoes. Storm cells will track through the Florida Panhandle, southeastern Alabama, and southern Georgia. This morning into the afternoon, discrete cells moving off the Gulf of Mexico could produce quick spin-up tornadoes. Later in the day, additional cells may pass through southern Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, and southwestern Georgia. The National Weather Service reports a 2% risk of tornadoes today within a 25-mile radius for specific areas. Strong thunderstorms may impact parts of the eastern Gulf Coast vicinity through tonight, with risks of locally damaging wind gusts and isolated tornadoes. Tomorrow, as the storm line moves further into Florida, the 2% tornado risk remains in place. For the south, a new winter storm forecast shows a moderate impact, especially since the region isn't well prepared for winter weather. Southeastern Texas, central and northern Louisiana, and Mississippi are areas of concern with snow and freezing rain expected. The system will also affect eastern Alabama, central Georgia, South Carolina, and the coast of North Carolina. Snow chances extend as far north as Virginia and southern Delaware. The latest model updates indicate snow will accumulate along an angled path, potentially missing parts of southern Maryland and southern Delaware, but hitting the northeast coast. This storm will bring snow for a short 10 to 12 hour window, transitioning to freezing rain and sleet as it progresses from Texas to Louisiana and Mississippi. And by Tuesday afternoon, snow is expected to persist along the Texas coast, which is unusual. Louisiana will also see significant snowfall into the evening before the system moves toward New Orleans and Mississippi. This storm is slowing down slightly compared to earlier forecasts, allowing snowfall to linger longer in affected areas. By Tuesday evening, snowfall will stretch from Louisiana to the southeast, reaching North Carolina. Freezing rain and sleet will affect southern Georgia, parts of Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle, with precipitation continuing into early Wednesday morning. As the storm strengthens, wraparound snowfall will intensify, particularly in Georgia and the Carolinas, where the heaviest snow rates are expected. This is due to the storm drawing precipitation over cold temperatures in the Atlantic, enhancing snowfall rates. The European model shows heavier snow totals in southeastern Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, with some areas possibly receiving 5 to 8 inches. Georgia and the Carolinas are also seeing increasing snow predictions, with significant snowfall rates due to the storm's trajectory. Southeastern Texas, including Houston, may see some snow and mixed precipitation. Austin and San Antonio might get freezing rain. However, heavier snow is expected as the storm moves eastward. Widespread power outages are not expected at this time. For the southeast, snowfall totals of 3 to 5 inches are likely in Mississippi, Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Snowfall may increase in intensity in the Carolinas and Virginia, with some accumulation extending into parts of New Jersey, Delaware, and southern Maryland due to the storm's strong low pressure system. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to stay informed. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you tomorrow